replied, "You did, Mom. You did this to me." And she said, "No, I didn't." And that's when I knew, okay, my life is Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anika and I am obviously an INFP. Today's video is going to be a bit different. I wanted to share not only a sneak peek into my life story, but also pieces of advice I've learned along the way. If you happen to have the same personality type as me, INFP, you might relate to my story and feelings even more, especially if you're sexual in Enneagram 4. Regardless, I'll be talking about my experience with depression, how it's affected me, and how it might help you. So go grab some popcorn, get some tea, get comfortable, and let's start. I've been dealing with depression pretty much ever since I was born. And that's mainly because of my mom. She has always been my biggest enemy and my worst nightmare. Throughout my life, she gaslit me, belittled me, and physically hurt me. Now, let me tell you one of the many things she did to me that made me go, okay, my life is fucked. When I was around 4 years old, I was fighting with my brother over who got to play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64. And if you know that game, you know it's worth fighting over. Anyways, my dad got upset. So he grabbed the console, went to the kitchen, and broke it in half. As I stood there, watching him, and thinking to myself, okay, it's a waste of your money. It's kinda stupid. And then, for no reason whatsoever, my mom came behind me, grabbed me by the back of my head, and slam dunked me into the floor.
What? What the fuck?
I got up. I noticed I had a big bump on my head, but I didn't yell. I didn't cry or anything. I was just confused and obviously hurt. So I went to lay down on the couch to rest. 2 minutes later, my mom came to see me with a bag of ice and asked me, "Who did this to you?" I replied, "You did, Mom. You did this to me." And she said, "No, I didn't." And that's when I knew, okay, my life is fucked. Not only did she hurt me, she had to double it down and gaslight me. I think this is the perfect sneak peek into my life. I guess you can kind of imagine what it must have been like. It wasn't easy. But I want to focus on what it taught me. So here are 2 pieces of advice I have for you. First of all, you need to believe in your potential. I don't even know how, but as a child, I had immense confidence in myself. Like, I know I'm the chosen one. I know I'm gonna save the world. I know I'm different. Now, obviously, I don't think I'm gonna save the world. I wish I could. But anyways, all that to say that I always believed in my potential. And that is so important. Let me show you something. Hello, have you seen this face? This is me at 4 years old. No one asked me to pose this way. The camera was on and I knew what I had to do. Take a look at this devilish face. See, as a child, I would always smile despite the hardship. And that's because I knew everyone else had it wrong. I knew what I saw in myself. I saw my potential. I knew my mother was in the wrong from the beginning. I never believed her, and would keep on pushing. You need to love yourself, because when you love yourself, you're able to focus on what really matters. Because yes, hearing all the bad things people say about you hurts, but what you think about yourself matters more. Other people shouldn't dictate your life. If I don't like what my mom has to say about me, why would I choose a career path that would make her happy and not me? Second of all, another piece of advice would be to stop wishing for happiness. Which is ironic in my case since I had a really rough childhood. So if, let's say, someone were to say that advice to me 10 years ago, I would be pretty pissed. Like, how dare you say something like that to me? Because of my childhood trauma, my dream as a child was not to become an astronaut, not to become a millionaire. It was to move out of my house. I told myself I will never be happy until I move out. Which is fair enough. I mean, I was living with a narcissist and I was just a child. I couldn't run away. But now I am an adult and I was able to move out. But guess what? I'm still unhappy. See, the problem here is this. I will never be happy until I move out. By saying that, I block myself from ever actually feeling happy. That's because happiness shouldn't be the finish line. The goal should be to find ways to be happier and to maintain it. When I first moved out, I resented my family so much. I would wake up every single day like, I had to move out with nothing. Now I have to worry about money. I have to take care of my house. No one taught me this, and no one is helping me. My feelings were valid. But one day I just thought, aren't you tired of being in this loop? I made the decision to move out. I'm now responsible for myself. Yes, my family hurt me, but I can keep on using that as an excuse forever. I don't want to be 80 years old and still blaming my parents for everything that I missed out on. So I started holding myself accountable. The reason why my dishes aren't done or why I decided to skip work today, that's not on my parents, that's on me. I wake up and I'm reminded that I am not where I want to be. I don't really have a family to rely on, and I struggle with managing myself. But I know I have potential, and I also know that I have to actively do something about it. See, when I was younger, I would tell myself, once I move out, I'm gonna be cooking every day, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna do that and this and that. But the truth is, if I wasn't already cooking, working out, and disciplining myself, moving out wasn't going to fix all of that magically. The reality I was in when I was 4 hit me, and it hit me again once I moved out. But there are better days, and that's the thing. Every day is a new chance. As long as you set objectives, accomplish your daily tasks, and find ways to self-regulate, at the end of the day, you can blame yourself for not trying. The key is balance, not chasing happiness. Stop giving yourself excuses to stay sad and give yourself excuses to stay happy. I hope you found my story interesting. Hopefully, maybe it'll help someone. If you're struggling with life, please know that things can be better. Believe in your potential and please reach out to someone. I'm not a therapist, but I am a good listener. If you need to reach out, feel free to do so. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, and share this video. And I will be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching.